Why, hello everyone. It's your boy Jordy Jordan, and I'm bringing you another controversial commentary day over some Call of Duty gameplay. What I would like to talk about today is actually something I've actually wondered myself. I was recently reading a paper, and in this paper it goes to explain that humans may be getting dumber. And you think, man, Jordy, why are humans getting dumber? Well, let's look at it this way. Let's go back 25 years. It was 1987, and most people back in the day would have to look at an encyclopedia. I'm putting a picture of the encyclopedia up mainly because this might be something this generation has never seen. Encyclopedia was a series of books that would have all the facts that Google now has at your fingertips. That's what I've always said. Google is the strongest weapon in the world. You have access to unlimited knowledge. And how do most people choose to use it? Well, they choose to use it for looking at porn. But people are people. Not everybody has ambition, drive, and goals. But why are people getting stupid? Or more stupid? Here's the basis behind this idea. Let's go back even further. Let's go back to caveman times. During the time of the caveman, if you failed at something, mainly the important things in life, hunting, gathering, food, supply, shelter, if you failed at these things, there was a good chance that you would die. There was no second chance, no other opportunities, and a lot of people did die. You ever see those pictures of the desert, like on these Man vs. Wild shows, Survivor Man? They always want to do that pan off to that, deer or that antelope or that cow or whatever it might be that died, and you see it skull laying in the sand. Everyone that you ever will watch will have this shot, and that shot is what I like to call the shot of stupidity. That was the animal that ventured too far away from water. That was the animal that couldn't find food. That was the animal that maybe had a series of bad events that ended up into his untimely demise. In humans, this was a realistic scenario back in the day. There wasn't a Big Mac or a McDonald's or a Pizza Hut ready to bring food to you. No. What it had was you had to go hunt the food, capture the food, kill the food, and use calories conservatively. Just this morning, I was having me a bowl of cornflakes. And those cornflakes on the bottle of milk, it was the My Essentials whole milk. On the bottle of milk, it goes, only 150 calories per serving. And the first thing I thought about was only. Man, how far have we come? Because back in the day, during the caveman and the hunter-gatherer, the nomad times, calorie hoarding was a good thing. If you had 4 Big Macs, you eat all 4 Big Macs. This is just an example. But nowadays, people try to eat as little calories as possible so they can eat more often in the day. And there's science behind it and all this other stuff. And a lot of people tell you what you should have and what you shouldn't do. Like, my girlfriend's sister always tells her how to eat. And she tells her these, pretty much derived myths on eating and dieting. And I sit there and I say nothing. I mean, I've heard them all. I've had so many experts talk to me about it. It's ridiculous. I'm overweight. I am. But the level of expertise I've gotten, advice from personal trainers, advice from dietologists, advice from people in the diet and humanitarian field of eating. I've gotten people that are bodybuilders. I've gotten people that are personal trainers. I've gotten a lot of professional advice on how to lose weight. And most of them agree. Well, I can pretty much decipher the myths from the realities. Let's not even go into that part. But only. Calorie hoarding was a good thing because you never knew when the next meal was going to happen. That's just like snakes. Snakes don't eat for a long period of time because they don't really burn a lot of calories. What a snake will do is he'll eat a huge meal and then just sit on it. A bear will eat a lot of calories, nuts, berries, fish, trout, and then go hibernate to not burn calories. That's how they get through the winter months. Humans, they store. They make crops. They put stuff away. to get through the winter months. Everything is getting through the winter months. Nowadays, everything's about not eating calories, staying in shape, 0% body fat. I've always wondered, why do people strive for 0% body fat? 0% body fat's bad. I mean, I guess you can live in these day and times with 0% body fat and be perfectly normal because clothes are so abundant and there's heaters and all these other sources. But 0% body fat in the wild is horrible for you because body fat is actually insulation. It keeps your body heat in. Your body's very ineffective of actually keeping itself alive. Think about it. If we didn't take things into consideration, let's say we had to sleep out in the Antarctic without clothes, we wouldn't make it. We would die. But the polar bear can do it because his body self-insulates. He's got a lot of fat on him, he's got a lot of fur, and he stays warm. Think about the reason we have the gun. Think about it. Why do we have the gun? Because we're not gifted with muscle. A gorilla can pick a car up. We can barely pick 50 pounds up over and over again. A bear, sling us about, break down trees. Running into a tree can kill us. So the only weapon we have is our brain. So we have to use it in that situation. But our humans getting dumber. I kind of got sidetracked here. If a Wall Street executive was to fail, we're going back to the caveman idea here. The caveman fails at gathering food, he ends up starving to death. His clan ends up starving to death. But if a CEO or a Wall Street guy fails at his job, let's say he has, allotted $2 million. And he fails. Well, no, let's just go a little bit further. This is a gaming channel. Let's say the COO of EA fails at his job. His company comes up twice as the worst gaming company in history. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta go. You're failing. You're not working out for us. We need to get somebody that has a better brain and more fresh ideas in your spot. You have failed at your hunting and gathering your duties this year. So he has failed. Death is not the outcome for this man. It isn't. There's no punishment. You know what the outcome for this man is? He gets a fat bonus in a severance package. And it's like, wow, fat bonus and severance package. So a lot of the consequences have gone away. And like a lot of people don't even accept blame for them anymore. Let's go to where I am. I'm overweight. I am morbidly obese. And most people my size will not accept responsibility for it. They'll go, oh, McDonald's got me fat. Oh, this thing happened. Oh, I have a gland problem. How many times I've heard that stupid gland problem? I have skinny people look at me like, oh, you should go get checked for your thyroid. Bitch, my thyroids ain't the problem. Me not moving and eating is the problem. I know where the weight came from. That's not the mystery. The mystery is why are you trying to give me a scapegoat when there's no scapegoat needed? I eat too damn much. I enjoy eating. It's something I enjoy doing. It's something that I have to fight through not to do. It's like an alcoholic. An alcoholic enjoys drinking. He doesn't care that the drinking is killing him. He enjoys it more than in. It's a person that's just impatient. Which is kind of odd for me because I don't really consider myself an impatient person. But I kind of am in that aspect of I'd rather indulge in the eat and drink at that time than look forward to the future benefits. So you might say, Wings, this commentary is kind of long-winded and you haven't really explained why people are getting more stupid. Well, I gave the basis of why people are getting more stupid. There's more stuff handed to you. There's less actual critical thinking. Think about every time you go to a job and the first thing a person does is stand behind you and wait to be told to do something. Think about going to a GameStop and you see a guy standing behind a counter staring off into space. He's not fronting shelf, he's not marking up product, he's not vacuuming. He's going to go nowhere, but he doesn't really care because he's not making enough money. But it doesn't dawn upon him that making money actually takes, a little bit of perseverance and a little bit of, drive. You got to want to make money. You can't just sit there and hope money comes to you. But my idea is like there's less critical thinking in the world. You don't have to really think about anything. You don't have to think about, is this food bad for me? They'll tell you on the label, is the food bad for you? Nowadays, cash registers do all the math for you. Back in the day, you had to do all the math of every cell by hand. There's all kinds of professions that are more ergonomic. Do you think that's making us dumber or more smart? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, please leave a rating.